Yep.
Start with opening
Okay.
statement.
Yeah, I felt like in that second half, we got back to us and we talked a lot, obviously, after the California trip and just that we were going to learn from that and that we would know it when we saw it and that we would get back to who we were. And we did that this game and the results are there. And I'm just proud of these two for leading us, their individual performances, but those performances that just were doing whatever was needed for the team to get this win, to grind it out. And so I was just really happy to see us out there today.
Coach, I guess just from a confidence standpoint, how important was it to come back home, especially being at home,
Yeah.
and kind of get back on the right track and get a win?
Very important, very important. You know, losses are unsettling. They're not fun, and they cause you to question, they cause you to doubt. And what this team did was continue to believe, to continue to not give up hope. And so I knew we would have that confidence. I knew I'd see it today, and we had it. We won. We saw it.
Any other
It's huge. Yep.
I would say, just coming back from the Cal trip, going 2 losses, which we should have won those games. Being us, you see what we're capable of. We see what we can do as a team. As long as we play our basketball like tonight, we'll win every game we can.
Michaela, you said your 41 on grid, double-double, and the touch. That was right there. A big accomplishment for you. Just thought about that, and obviously, I earned every one of them against Clemson. Just thought about that.
I'm just blessed to be able to do it here at the university. I mean, with my teammates and my great coach right here, just putting me out there on the floor and being effective on both ends of the court. So I'm just grateful, and I'm just gonna keep going.
For everyone, with that turn at the end of the first quarter, kind of what adjustments did you make?
Go ahead. What did you say?
Well, we just knew that we had to get back to being ourselves. We had to come out in the second half, and we were a second half team. And just with pace, just with aggression, and to take it personal, like KK said, after the California trip, it left a bad taste in our mouth. So we had to come back and just get the dub, especially for our fans.
Coming back from the Cal trip, y'all got back on Sunday, and that's a long flight. It's 3
Monday.
days to prepare for Clemson. Is there any jet lag or anything left over for them?
I mean, not really. I mean, we got in there in the training room. We worked out with Davey, and we just took it day by day. And it started in practice, and we knew we had to get back right in practice. And leading up into this game, we came in with intensity. And like I said, we came in with a chip on our shoulder because we knew we were the better team.
Coach, Tony Setter in the third quarter was obviously on Mario. Getting those threes.
Yeah.
How much of a point of factor that she had in seeing them continue her confidence?
Yeah.
Changing the pace of the game, being a game changer.
Yeah, those threes were huge, but and O is a fantastic shooter, but I credit Tanaya with attacking and finding her, and that was part of those 10 assists. Clemson continued to change up their defense. They were showing zone, they were showing aggressive man, and their teams try to slow us down, and when we don't allow that, when we get stops, when we attack with pace, we find open shooters, and we have great shooters. So proud of both of them for that. That was definitely a momentum shift in that third quarter.
Coach, you guys were leading just by 1 there at the end of the third quarter. You come out, you go on a 14-2 run until about 4.5 minutes left there.
Yeah.
Like in the end of the game, forced 3 turnovers, held Clemson to 1 and 8 on the board. What spurred that momentum there? Coming out of the third quarter, putting up 26 in the fourth alone.
Yeah, I think it's just the experience of this team and them understanding, like, yeah, this is what it needs to feel like. We had momentum, even though it was still a tight game at that point. They knew, they had found the juice. We found that juice, the players that we were rotating in and out. And so that's really what it was. And so, don't let these two smell blood, because that's when it gets turned on, especially this one. So that's what it was. And again, 10 minutes is a long time at fourth quarter. You got to continue to grind it out. But the way we came out and extend that lead, really, that's tough for a team, especially when you're on the road, for them to respond to Clemson. So, yep, that was what it was. We just stayed the course.
In the first quarter, I think Clemson guard Loyal McQueen.
Yes.
She was going
Oh, yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
driving 4 for 5 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
After the first half, was she someone that your defense looked to lock down specifically?
Yes.
Or was it more like a general thing? Because I know she was ridiculous.
She was. She's a phenomenal player. We've faced her many times over her career, and we know who she is. And even knowing that and game planning for her, it's hard to stop her. But we did. We made a couple adjustments just to help a little bit more on her, give her a step. And yeah, we held her to 2 points, I think, in the second half. So adjustments and just us locking in and trying to stop a great player.
How are you guys going to carry this momentum into Miami on Sunday?
Well, I mean, it's a rival game. It's always a good game against Miami. They're well coached and they're a good team. So we got to buckle down and get this win at home, especially for our fans. And we know we're going to play them at home too. So at their home. So this is going to be an important game. But we're ready.
Yeah.
Michaela, it seemed like in the first half they were making a concerted effort to keep you off the block, trying to keep you from getting the ball where you want to be. How did you get in the second half? What adjustment did you make to get the ball more in the spot where you like it?
Just keep posting up. That's it. I know my teammates, they always trying to find me and look for me, but they just got to continue to post up, turn and face and get to the basket instead of settling for shots that I started to miss a little bit. But my basket game right there at the basket, that's money for me. So that's what I was doing, just being aggressive and getting to the basket. So.
Tonight, when you're facing a guard like McQueen, how much do you look forward to that challenge? Because everyone knows you for your offense, but I know you take a lot of pride in your defense. So how much do you look forward to that?
She's a phenomenal player. Like Coach said, we played her last year at Alabama. She's a great player. She's hard to guard. She's very crafty. But I take a lot of pride in that. Even though she's well experienced, I'm experienced too. So I had to play with a chip on my shoulder, and my teammates played great defense on her. I ain't guard her most of the game, but but my teammates had good defense on her, and we made some adjustments, like Coach said.
In the fourth quarter, it looked like you were a little bit more assertive than you were in the first three quarters. Was that a conscious effort to take the ball to the basket, or did it just happen that way?
Yeah, I mean, it's been crowded in that paint these past 3 games, so I was a little hesitant, but I knew I had to just settle in and just be where my feet are and get to the basket. I know that's where I'm best at, so and that's what my team needs from me.
Coach, seems like Malaya had kind of her best game we've seen her have since the injury.
Yeah.
Seemed like we saw flashes of what she could really give you.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you were expecting from her and kind of what you saw today in today's game.
Yeah, Lay's an important piece of our team, and really what she brings with her length, her rebounding ability, her activity level on the defensive end. And then she's a threat from outside. She hit a big one today in the first half and around the basket. So just that inside-out presence that she has on both ends of the floor, we needed that today. Clemson started a big lineup. And so her length and activity level to start us off was a big spark.
Only 4 fast break points. Did that concern you at all? That you weren't really able to get to the tempo for most of the game?
Yeah, I mean, they were getting back. We got a lot of defensive rebounds today, which I'm really proud of that number, because they made it a point to get back. They did not. There's obviously teams are gonna really want to take away our transition offense. So, but again, it goes back to just our players committing to continuing to attack with pace, even when they see a crowded paint, even when players are back and set. Like, even when we're in the half court, there's very few people that can stop, our speed and our athleticism. So, committed to continue to do that.
Coach, Avery Treadwell did not play tonight. She had a noticeable bruise
Yeah.
on her eye.
Yeah.
How long do you expect her to be out for? And how did
It happened in practice, and I have no idea. We're just happy that Aves is still smiling after that big old shiner. She's a tough one. She's a tough cookie. So she'll be back soon. She's tough. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Practice going okay?